And we go left. And then right. And we go into the diamond phase. Don't forget this is a bleed. And the first tower is forwards. The second tower is backwards. Look behind for the lasers. And dodge the first two. Into the first. Into the second. One more laser and then death out into the corners. No. In. And hands out. The boss is storing an arrow. And now stack with your alliances. Tanks in front. Stack with your alliance. One more. And hands out now. Look behind for the lasers, and the next 2 minutes is the pop window. Into the first. Into the second. One more laser. And now from right. And you knock back now, it is arrow, don't be too close. And hands out. We get some flares. Take the flares out into the corners, everyone else in front. And hands out. And we're going to phase 2. Don't forget the mitigation, there's the bleed after this. And go to your positions. Kill the Atmos and get ready for the App mechanics and towers. And the ads are spread. Into the towers. One explosion is fine. That's the move mechanic, and it's a donut, they're close. Now we'll get some new Atmos. Kill the Atmos. Then the debuff. Check your debuffs if you're short or look out and away from everyone else. And now we get the seats. Here they are, and place the seats on the markers in the middle of the marker. A plus out after this, tanks can already pull the ads. There it is, out into the corners. Check your debuffs if you're short or look out. Then get close to your seats or to your corner and bait the towers. Wait for Itava. Go now, stretch Itavas, and don't forget interrupts. And we have some stacks. Tanks need to be in front. Next up, refresh your tides. It's the spin next. Refresh your tides. It's the spin. 2 and 4 have to move. Return to your corners, play it safe, do not rush. And kill the Atmos and then get into Domain Chaos positions. Domain Chaos positions. There should be a clean. Tanks, provoke your new targets. If you're on the platform, provoke the ads. If you're on the tides, provoke the Cloud of Darkness. Reorientate, check your office for the towers. Add movement into towers. And into the towers now. Check your debuffs. If you're short, look out and away from everyone else. And then in the tiles, get ready for the chasers. Tanks counterclockwise from your corner, chaser positions. And the ads are always pass. Chasers go now clockwise, do not stop. Check your debuffs. If you're short, look out and away from everyone else. Alright, looking good. We have some new Earth mods, kill the Earth mods. And a Blast Shape out into the corners. We get a add movement into spreads. And spread out. And one more interrupt the ads. One more set of debuffs. Check your debuffs. If you're short, look out and away from everyone else. And then we transition back into phase 1. HP is looking really good. And north. Everyone north, heal up. Melees, melee bees before she transitions. And we start with the towers. The first tower is backwards. And the second tower is forwards. Look behind for the lasers. Dodge the first two. Into the first, into the second, one more laser, and flares out now, everyone else in front, light parties after this. Light party stacks. Then A out, melees and tanks can greet, press your bloodbath on your personals. And hands out. This is 3 sets of hands. And the boss is stored in an arrow. Now the second set out. And the third set. There's a look away after this. And we look west. East is not safe. And then left. Anti-knockback now. It is arrow. Don't be too close. And the boss is dead.
Shroud in C.
Oh wow, nothing in A so far. Feels bad, man. The second tap us off forwards. Look behind for the lasers. Dodge the first two. Into the first. Into the second. One more laser and then arrow knockback. Get knocked into any corner. And hands out. It's one set. The boss is throwing an arrow. Now stack up. Stack with your alliance. Tanks in front. And hands out. Look behind for the lasers. This is also the pod window. And dodge the first two. Into the first. Into the second. One more laser and then front and left. Anti-knockback now. It is arrow. And hands out. Next up should be some flares. There they are. Take them out into the corners, everyone else in front. And the last set of fans, take them out. And we go on to phase 2. Now look at the mitigation for the bleed. And go to your positions. Heal the utmost. Make sure you have aggro. Provoke if you have to. And then get ready for the towers and the admin cannons. And the apps are spread. Into the towers. One explosion, that's fine. We have to flash shape out into the corners. We have some Atmos, kill the Atmos. I've got to repeat the debuff, sorry. Now we have the seats. Place the seats on the markers, in the middle of the marker. After you have a donut. That is, so get close. And check the debuffs if you're short, look out. And get close to your seats or to your corner. And bait the towers. But only move when you see the tower. Alright, we get spreads. Spread out. In the middle, refresh your tiles. It's the spin next. 2 and 4 move. On the platforms, check your debuff. If you're short, look out and away from everyone else. Return to your corners, play it safe, do not rush. Then kill the Atmos. And get into the main chaos positions. And tanks, provoke your new target. If you're on the platforms, the ad. If you're on the tiles, Cloud of Darkness. Reorientate, check where north is, so you know where to go for the towers. Which are next? Into the towers. And check your debuffs if you're short, looking away from no one else. And on the tiles, get ready for chasers, tanks on their chaser positions. Keep platform ads are always pairs. And chasers go clockwise, a full circle to get back at the starting position. And check your debuffs if you're short, look out. Then kill the Atmos. Next up you have the flash shape out into the corners. Next up you have add movement into stacks. Stack up, tanks in front. We'll get one more interrupt. Now check the debuffs. If you're short, look out. And we transition back into phase 1. HP is really good. Oh, 19 is really, really good. Alright, we go north. Don't forget to heal up, that's number right, and melee's melee. And the first tower is forwards. The second tower is backwards. Look behind for the lasers. Dodge the first two. Into the first. Into the second. One more laser and flares out now. It's a light party sector after this. Light party stacks. And then out. Tanks and melees can greet. Oppressive Personals and Bloodbath. And hands out. It's 3 sets of hands.
Respawn
the boss is
again.
throwing an arrow.
Does it ever bother you that you'll never know the sweet release of last
Second set.
bothers me all the time.
And there's the third set. And so look away after this. And we look west, east is not safe. We go left. And he knocked back at his arrow. And we can ignore this, boss is dead. Alright.
Quit the game and do something productive with your life.
And then out first. If you agree, classic process and bloodbath. And then front right. And into the diamond face we go. And the first lever is forwards. And the second lever is backwards. Look behind for the lasers. Dodge the first two. Into the first. Into the second. One more laser and then death out into the corners. In. And hands out. It's one set of hands. The boss is throwing an arrow. And stack up, stack with your alliance. Tanks in front. One more laser. And hands out. Look behind for the lasers, this is also the pod window. And dodge the first two. Into the first. Into the second. One more laser. And then front right. Anti-knock, but now it is arrow. We get some flares. Kick the flares out into the corners, everyone else in front. And hands out. And we go on to phase 2. Don't forget the mitigation and go to your positions. And kill the utmost. And get ready for the towers and the mechanics. And the ads are pass. Into the towers. 3 explosions. That's a bit much, but still fine. Keep an eye on your tanks to take extra damage from the auto attacks. We have the flash shape out into the corners. Next up we get the debuff. Check your debuff. If you're short, look out and away from everyone else. Then we get the seeds. Place the seeds on the markers, in the middle of the marker. And it's a donut in after this. There we go. Get close. And check your debuffs if you're short and look out and away from everyone else. Get close to your seats and your corners and bait the towers. And only move when you actually see the tower. And if the stacks stack up, tanks in front. Middle refresher tiles, it's the spin next. 2 and 4 move. And return to your corners, play it safe, do not rush. Then kill the Atmos. And get into position for Looming Chaos. That is Looming Chaos positions. And tank, don't forget to provoke you on the target. If you're on the platforms, the ads. If you're on the tiles, Cloud of Darkness. We are in K, check Ren Office. Get ready for the towers. Into the towers, and then check your debuffs if you're short, look out. In the middle, get ready for chasers, tanks on the chaser positions. On the outsides, the ads are always pass. And chasers, go clockwise, full circle till you're back at the starting corner. Check your debuffs if you're short, look out. Kill the Atmos. We have the Blood Shape out into the corners. We get an add movement into spreads. Spread out. We get an interrupt the ads. Then check your debuffs. This is the last set of debuffs. Look out. At 20% again, very nice. And we gone off, we heal up, there's a Void Void and many LBs. And the first tower is forwards. The second tower is backwards. Look behind for the lasers. And dodge the first two. Into the first. Into the second. One more laser. And flares out now, everyone else in front. Light parties after this. Light party stacks. And then front left. And hands out. It's 3 sets of hands. The boss is storing a left. And the second set. And the third set, there's a look away after this. And we look west or east, both are safe. And we go from left. Anti-knockback now, it's left. Oh, she's already dead. Nice. Yes, A is still lootless. A is the poverty party today. Alright, back in we go. We have time for like 2 more pulls, and that's it then for today. Don't forget Kalia's dance partners. I won't forget the markers. And my Dorito. Quick ready check. That's already countdown starting.
Where do you think we go when we die? 10 seconds, everyone.
From left. And from right. And we go to the diamond phase. Don't forget the mitigation. And the first tower is forwards. And the second tower is backwards. Look behind for the lasers and dodge the first 2. Into the first. Into the second. Oh, 1 more laser and flares out now, everyone else in front. And like parties. And we go out. If you read Bloodbath and Personals. Hands out, it's 3 sets of hands, the boss is storing in left. Second set out. And the third set, there's a look away after this and the pot window. With the next 2-minute window.
Send in the next
We look
clone.
west or east, both are safe. And we go from right. Anti-knockback now, it is death. And in. And look behind for the lasers. And dodge the first 2. into the first, into the second, and hands out. Arrow knockback, don't be too close. And we go on to phase 2. Don't forget the mitigation for the bleed. Heal the upmost. And get ready for the towers and the up mechanics. And the Edsa pass. Into the towers. And if I do not get close, I got some Atmos, kill them. Now with the debuffs, check your debuff if you're short and look out. Now we get the seeds, place the seeds on the markers. Next up we have splash out into the corners. And check your debuffs. If you're short, look out and away from the one-outs. Now get close to your seats or your corner and bait the tappers. But only move when you see the tappers. And if the stack up, tanks in front. And refresh your tiles, it's the spin next. 1 and 3 move. And return to your corners, play it safe, do not rush, and kill the Atmos. And get into position for the main chaos. Looming chaos positions. Thanks, provoke your new target. Defend the tides, provoke Cloud of Darkness. If you're on the ads, provoke the ads. Get ready for the towers, reorientate, check Renatus. And into the towers. And check your debuffs if you're short, look out and away from everyone else. Tanks, get ready for chasers, and go to your chaser positions. And on the platforms, the ads are always pairs. And chasers clockwise, a full circle till you're back at your starting position. And check your debuffs. If you're short, look out. And you have to undonut, get close. And then the add mechanics, or the add movement into spreads. Spread out, don't be too close. And then we have the interrupt the ads. And the last set of debuffs, check the debuff if you're short, look out. And then we transition back into phase 1. 24%, still good. And we go north. Melee's melee B. And heal up, there's a raid right. And we start with the towers. And the first tower is backwards. The second tower is forwards. Look behind for the lasers and dodge the first two. Into the first. Into the second. One more laser and then arrow knockback, get knocked into any corner. And hands out. It's one set of hands. Boss is throwing an arrow. And tanks in front. Stack up with your lines, tanks in front. One more laser and hands out. Look behind for the lasers. The next 2-minute window is also the pop window. And dodge the first two. Into the first. Into the second. And then front left. Anti-knockback now, it is arrow, don't be too close. And hands out.
Ten seconds to battle.
In front left. And A out, if you agreed. Don't forget your post-notes and bloodbath. And we go into the diamond phase. Alright, the first tower is backwards. The second tower is forwards. Look behind for the lasers. Dodge the first two. Yeah. Into the first. Into the second. One more laser, flares out now, light parties after this. light party stacks. Left, front, right. And hands out, it's 3 sets of hands. The boss is storing an arrow. And then the second set out. And then the third set, there's a look away after this, and the next 2-minute window is the pot window. Look behind for the lasers. Well, no, sorry. I'm the wrong mechanic. We go from right. And he knocked back now at Zelda. Look behind for the lasers. Dodge the first 2. Into the first. Into the second. 1 more laser. Hands out now. If I deft out into the corners. And in. And we go on to phase 2. Don't forget the mitigation and go to your positions. Kill the Atmos. Make sure you have Echo on the right targets. And the ads are spread. Into the towers. No explosions, good job. We have some new Atmos. Well, we gotta move mechanic first. We have the flash shape out into the corners. Now we get some new Atmos. Kill the Atmos. And we have the debuff. Check your debuff. If you're short, look out. Now we have the seeds. Place the seeds on the markers. And then do not close after this. Yeah, this get close. Then check your debuffs. If you're short, look out and away from everyone else. Then get close to your seat or to your corner and bait the tabbers. Only move when you actually see the tower. And if the stacks stack up, tanks in front. Refresh your tiles in the middle, refresh your tiles, it's a spin next. And 2 and 4 move. Return to your corners and play it safe, then a rush. Then kill the Atmos. And get into the main chaos positions. This will be a bit messy. your main card positions. Tanks, don't forget to proc your target. In case you have 2 tanks, one of the tanks needs to go on targets. I hope that's the case. Check my office. Get ready for the towers. Into the towers. Check your debuffs if you're short, look out. Tanks in the middle, get ready for the chasers, go to your chaser positions. And on the outside, get ready for the adds, they always pass. And chasers clockwise, do not stop, by full circle. So you're back at the starting corner. We have the plus shape out into the corners. Then we get the add movements into spreads. Alright, spread out and tanks, press your inburns if you still have it. This is always 24 spreads, so somebody will get a double spread. We play it on the tanks. Ah, it wasn't that. Interrupt the adds. And then the last set of debuffs. Check your debuffs if you're short, look out. And we transition back into phase 1. The boss could be a bit high, but should be doable. Oh yeah, this could be doable. We go north. Melee's melee B. And heal up, there's some raid right. Focus here on getting clean. And we need to pop the second pop window. Alright, the first tower is backwards. The second tower is forwards. We look behind for the lasers and dodge the first 2. Into the first. Into the second. And then death out into the corners. In. And hands out. The boss is throwing an arrow. Now stack with your alliance, tanks in front. Stack with your alliance, tanks in front. One more laser. Hands out now. Look behind for the lasers and don't forget to pop the next 2-minute window. Touch the first 2. Into the first. Into the second. One more laser and then front left. Anti-knockback now, it is arrow. And hands out. He gets some flares. Take the flares out into the corners. Everyone else in front. And hands out. This is the last of the fence. Send everything you have. This is the enrage now. Hey, good job. A clear is a clear, even if it's so messy. And still A is no loot. Poor Ghost. Alright, this is it for today. But before you go, good job everyone, we got 9 clears. This is better than some cleanup parties. You can all be proud of yourselves. Very good run today. Enjoy your weekend. You all get a gold star, and then I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.
Thank you, Han.